Hello, it's Anne Miles here from Asperger's Fitting In again. Today I have another really useful learning strategy, or it's really a resource that you can use, even not just for learning, but in any moment when you really need to call on your best strength and confidence, when you might ordinarily be a bit stuck with that. What we're going to learn is how to do an anchor. So there are times and moments when we're needing our best self. So there are emotions and feelings that we have at times that are really helpful to us. We might feel really confident, really strong and empowered, and wouldn't it be great if we could call that up at an instant when we really needed it? When we're feeling flat and low and lethargic and uninspired, then it's really unlikely that we're going to actually achieve what it is that we know we need to achieve, or as parents we really would like our child to learn. So this technique is a way to bring that on as an automatic reaction. So what we do is we'll create this anchor. There's a very it sounds bizarre, but what you can do is connect a certain part of your body with this emotional response in your brain, so it can be something that you can then draw on again. So the neural pathways get locked between the two in a way, and I think in a lot of our Asperger's there are negative anchors that are put into their neural pathways and get stuck. So there is a process to collapse anchors, but today what we'll really just focus on is how to put in a really powerful positive anchor that they can call on again. What I've done for myself actually is I've chosen a part of my body, and you need to choose a part of your body as well, that won't accidentally get bumped for any reason or doesn't get used for other purposes very often. I've chosen this knuckle here, the centre knuckle. Some people use the gaps between the knuckles, some use behind the arm. So you ever watch any hypnotists or people do techniques in this way, you'll see them touch people's body in a certain way, and then they'll call on that at another time in a hypnosis process. So this is a much more sort of useful and healthy, transparent way, because you're choosing to do it yourself. So I use this knuckle. So what I do is you sit somewhere that you can do this in a really relaxed state without too much distraction. So what you'll do is you'll then call back and force yourself to feel really happy and confident. Think back to a time when you've been at your absolute best, when you've been really empowered, you're winning, you're kicking goals, you feel really awesome. So what you'll do is you will call that back, and you'll have a wave of the emotion. So it'll come a bit like that, it'll be a peak, and then it will disappear. So the idea is, at the peak here, you will then grab the part of your body that you're anchoring to, hold it there during this peak, but before it starts to subside, then take your hand away. So what you'll do is then do it a number of times. So my suggestion is do it 3 or 4 times, and with really intense feeling. So the first time you might do confidence. The second time you might even remember a time when you were completely belly up laughing your head off at something totally ridiculous. And then you'll have a peak where you just think it's at its absolute funniest. Another time it might be when you felt very centered and creative and really empowered. So think of that time and then anchor that as well. So try and end with your biggest, most powerful feeling if you can. So then that actually will be registered in your body. So then the interesting thing is when you need that emotion, you can just recall by pushing on that part of your body again. So in my case, I like the knuckle because I can stand like this and nobody would know that I'm calling on that resource that I really need in a certain moment. So like with public speakers, for example, or even just getting into school or in a test, or getting past the fear of walking on the footpath with the crosses, or whatever it is that might freak your Asperger out, they can then call on this resource that they have that's really powerful and strong and allow them to get through something that they might not be able to have done before. So you'll have a bit of fun with that, and I trust you'll really help your Asperger have something that they can call on when they need to get into a really good mode to do their homework or to succeed in some way that ordinarily they might have missed out and missed the mark. I trust this fits.